Trades. Trades don't judge you. Welcome, everybody to Trades Don't Judge You podcast. Welcome to Trades Don't Judge You podcast. Hey guys, we got a very special guest tonight. Please stay tuned to the end. You will not be disappointed. First off, let me start off by saying thank everybody that's newly subscribed to the channel. The channel is growing. It's really been fulfilling to get on here and share my experience and share other people's experience on how they got into the trades. And also, too, I get a chance to give back what I've learned in the electrical trade and also, too, attempting to learn the HVAC trade. So, hey, Sting for us. Richard, what's up? What up? What up? Just driving back from Laguna Beach, getting paid to learn with the beautiful scenery to add. So, the gentleman who I have the pleasure of bringing on tonight, I found his YouTube channel, and me finding his YouTube channel, it inspired me to start my YouTube channel. Now, and also too, it inspired me to actually start uploading troubleshooting videos. So his name is Walt. He's the owner of Walter AC and Heating. It's not very often that you get to sit down and have a chat with someone that you admire, someone that you look up to, and it's someone that's actually in the trades and that's doing their own business. And so I have the honor of bringing on Walt of WW HVAC. His channel, his YouTube channel is WW HVAC, and his the name of his HVAC contracting company is is Washington AC and Heating.
What's up,
Walter,
brother?
man? How's it going, man? How's it going? Welcome to the podcast. Trades Don't Judge You.
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, brother. Thanks for having me on, man. And hey, that was a great introduction. I see you got scrolling on the bottom of icon. I don't know about all that, man, but I appreciate it, man. And that's very humbling to me, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, look, when I just said that it's not every day that you get to sit down and have a chat with someone that you admire. Look, I put icon up there because I see where you are going. So I'm kind of just projecting that into the future. You know, it's not easy to come from where you come from and be doing the things that you are doing. So the future is only going to get better. The future is only going to get brighter, you know. Thank you for coming on to the show. So I was telling them before I brought you in that you actually inspired me to start doing my YouTube channel and uploading the way I troubleshoot and things like that. And also too, when I was just starting in my HVAC career about 2 years ago, not very long, I used to watch his videos. And actually, before I would go do a call, I would scroll through Walt's YouTube channel and trying to find a similar video of what I'm going to be going to troubleshoot. And so I was literally driving and watching the video of him going through the troubleshooting method. So when I got to the house, when I got to the customer's house, I'll be prepared and I kind of know what to say and I know where to start off doing my troubleshooting. So hey, Walt, can you let us know, how did you actually get into the trade? Did you have family? Did you have friends, or were you just looking for something different? How did you actually get into the trade?
So great introduction, man. Like I say, my name is Walter Washington. I am owner of Washington AC and Heating. So my family, I have a lot of tradesmen in my family. I won't say very many, but I was blessed to have a godfather that was in plumbing.
Mm.
So I'm from a small town called Vicksburg, Mississippi. I like to say the whole Vicksburg is pretty much a hood. You know what I'm saying? My wife, when she visits, she said, "Oh, your family not hood. You're not from the hood." Oh, that's kind of true, but I like to kind of explain it in a way where I didn't necessarily get free lunch, but I did get reduced lunch. So we didn't, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So and even in the elementary, reduced lunch, you pay probably pay about 20 cents for the lunch if
Mhm.
you can remember the old days. So,
Mhm.
like I say,
Most definitely.
I come from humble beginnings, man, and but how I got introduced to the trade, like I say, my godfather, he was in the country,
Mm.
and I was kind of when I say country, that's like rural parts of kind of like the outskirts of a city.
Mhm.
But I was kind of raised by my grandparents, and sometime in the summertime, I would go spend summers with him or even on weekends and stuff like that. He'll come pick me up and man, probably 8, 9 years old, he taught me the plumbing game. So I was up on the houses doing
Oh.
rough ends and stuff like that at 8, 9 years old, digging trenches, doing soldering with the plumbing and stuff like that. And not to go too deep into my story because we'll be here all night. But like I say, that's how I got introduced to the trades. But and kind of like once you start, well, me particularly, once I start getting into the my teenage years, I started, what I'm saying, getting a little rough around the edges, especially being raised by my grandparents. My grandma, she was a nurse, retired now. My grandfather, rest in peace, he was a club owner. Uh, uh, little blues clubs and stuff like that, little small club, with a pool table and kind of like a little music machine. People come and drink, smoke, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, when your grandparents, man, once if you kind of raised around your grandparents, they do give you some sort of a freedom. You know what I mean? So got in a little trouble. You know what I'm saying? Ended up uh, being a convicted felony, man.
Mm.
So I pretty much was out of my own at 17 because I went to the penitentiary at 18 and I did like a 2 or 3 years stint. Got out, violated probation. Did another about 2 years, and man, and it's tough, bro. It's tough, man. When you before I get into this too, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't want to point the finger, but nobody but myself.
Mm.
I don't like
Beautiful.
yeah, I don't like to make excuses or anything like that. Everything that I went through, I made a choice to to uh to make those decisions, no matter what case it may be. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it was me that made those choices, right? So, but man, and I'm 40 years old now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, let's say about 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now I'm a convicted felon, man. And it wasn't nobody, especially in Mississippi. Uh, it's hard to get a job already when you don't have a skill or anything like that. So
Mhm.
keep
Mhm.
in mind, at 18, if I went to the penitentiary, that means I dropped out of school probably at 16. I think I was in going to the 10th grade. Got kicked out the basketball team, kicked out the football team, and man, I love sports, you know what I'm saying? So, and I felt at the time, sadly to say, that was my ticket out, um, of my environment, sports. So once I got kicked out the football team, man, I really hit the streets hard,
Mm.
and, like I say, I pretty much been out on my own since I was 16, and, but long story short, man, when you just fed up and stop blaming everybody like what I was
Mm.
doing, around 28, 29, still didn't have a GED, really didn't have an education. Um, um, it was a mentor of mine. He owned a radio station. His name is Rip Daniels. And I called in one day, man, just frustrated, bro. really just pointing the finger at the world, just mad at the world, whether it be systemic racism, especially in the small town
Right,
Mississippi.
right, 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 right.
Uh, but at the end of the day, how can I expect for somebody to give me anything when I'm really not doing anything for myself? Because
Mm,
22, 23, 24, all that uh, clubbing, drinking, drugging, addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, all through my teenage years and young adult years. Um, man, I got really tired of making excuses, but I called in to a radio show one day, frustrated, like, "Won't nobody give me no opportunity." And he said, "Young man, you're gonna have to get yourself a skill." And once he said that, man, that's the first time. And like I told you, I grew up around the trades, but that's the first time it really sunk in. Like, um,
can I ask you something real quick?
yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
S- So I wanted to ask this because it sounds like at one point you knew uh, that you wanted to. I don't want to say do better, but you wanted to make a change because it sounds like was from the point where you say you got out and you convicted, and then from that point to you calling a radio station is like it almost seemed like right somewhere in between that in that time you're like, man, I need to do something else or I need to um yeah get some type of
Yeah,
job. So what was it right there that had you what was it? Did you just want something better for your life or that made you call into the radio station? Or was it someone, saying, man, why you ain't doing it with your life? Or because it sounds like at a certain
right.
point you started to your thinking had changed.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of both. And when I say thinking have changed, man, I always, to me, I always was a good kid, though. A lot of times when I got in trouble, it was for somebody else. As far as fighting and stuff like that, I always would take up for my friends. Like I say, got involved with gangs and stuff like that, man. So I was more of a follower than a leader. Seemed like in my younger stages. Well, I won't say a follower, more try to stick in with the crowd, or really the wrong crowd though. But even like when I was in the penitentiary, man, I would read books about even about
Mm,
self development and stuff like that.
okay, okay.
I would I wasn't what you call institutionalized, but in a way I kind of was. But I always worked on myself, man. I always want,
Mm, okay.
and,
Yeah.
even when I was saying I wanted to, play sports and stuff like that. I wanted to be the best that I can be then, you know what I'm saying? But like I
Hmm.
say, when you have a monkey on your back, and like I say, I was wrongfully convicted. I was, like I say, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was in the interrogation room at 16, 17 years old,
Mm,
and then signing something that I really didn't do. Um, um, but me at 16, if you in the interrogation room at 16 years old at 4 o'clock in the morning, when somebody knocking your door and get you out your sleep,
wow.
and all you want to do is get out that room and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I don't know if how you watch interrogation movies like the Central Park Five. I don't know if you're familiar with that story right
Yeah.
there, man.
Uh-huh.
But something like
Very
that can
good.
really be true, man, and they'll railroad you and mess up almost really your whole life, man. So, but like I say, I end up signing that paper, but I'm thinking I'm signing that paper and I'm finna go home. I'm finna go get it back in my bed. But no, that's not the way how the system works. Okay, you sign the paper. Now you finna go to the booking room. You finna get booked, and you got to get bonded out. Then you got to wait on court day. I didn't know none of that.
Yeah, wasn't that easy?
Know what I'm saying? But once you sign it, admit to guilt, you know, man,
Wow.
that took my that just kind of
Mm,
took my my path on the really a wrong turn. And then once you really get into that system right there, you have to like I say, I don't want to sound institutionalized, but you have to adapt to your environment, you know,
mm,
and you have to, so now I'm really thinking that's me, but that's really not me. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
When I'm because dude, I can go down the whole list. Mississippi, we got green and whites, you got black and whites. Green and white, which was Okay, long story short too, I'm,
No, 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 go ahead.
but,
Are we good?
it's a green and white. I know you see the penitentiary movies where you might see people in orange jumpsuits,
Right.
black and white. So when I got there, man, I was in green and white. Green and white mean you a nonviolent offender. People in black and white mean that they have violent offender or drug charges, or
I
you
never
got
knew
red
that.
and white. That means you probably death row. You never getting out of anything like that, dude.
Wow.
When I first stepped in the penitentiary, I had green and white. I knew that I had to get up out the green and white. So I don't know how you gonna get up out the green and whites if you
Gotta do
commit
something.
you had to have assault charge or something like that, or you had to violate, get rid of
Wow.
something like
Adapt to the environment.
exactly, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't wanna be there green and white, so, hey, it is what it is. I was doing my, push-ups in the county jail, and I didn't know what I was gonna face when I actually went up that road. So but even with all that said, like I say, I never try to be hard or anything like that. Especially today, man. Violence, no. But when I got there, like I say, I had to adapt to my environment, and it is what it is. It was what it was. And sometimes you can be reading a book, and some people may take that for weakness. But I was kind of reading self development books when I was locked up. So I always want, like I say, uh, and I want you to hear this. What I want the people to hear this. I always wanted the best for me, but like I say, when you have something like that on your background, it's hard, man. That's why I don't mind telling my story because there's a lot of people out there, especially in my state, that's getting wrongfully convicted
Yeah.
first and foremost, and there's a lot of people that's made one mistake in their life when they're really a child or a teenager, and they paying for it for the rest of their life. By
Mhm.
God's grace, I got my stuff together, man, and I got my record expunged, so I don't have any. I don't have traffic violations on my record now, man. I try to keep it squeaky clean now, but like I say, I know that's a long answer, but I always wanted what's best for me.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So, um, okay, so from when you okay, yeah, so we left off where you're saying you called up to the radio station
Right. Mhm.
and he said you need to get a skill. So now when he told you that, so did you just actively start looking for different skills, or
Right.
were you saying that I can't get a skill in Mississippi, or
No, so like I say, when he told me that, man, that's when it really hit me and stuck to me. Like if I don't do nothing, because you got and man, you talked about this before. Like the trades, to me, the trades are a way to go. But when you're on the outside looking in, you kind of looking at like I think you was describing describing it like, okay, that's the butt crack or the butt joke, for like the
yeah.
plumbers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I never had that attitude, but it's really like
Mm.
still the opportunity, man. Like even if you got a felony, it's still hard for these people to give you the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
um but I rather have took the trade route, and I'm glad I did than really trying to get with a company and work and try to work my way up. You know what I'm saying? So
So is that what you did? You after you call a radio station, you started looking then?
So first of all, so like I told you, I didn't have a GED or anything like that.
Oh,
So
oh yeah. Okay.
let's try to get a timeline. So when I called a radio station, man, I'm maybe 28 years old, right?
Oh, wow. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you okay.
Don't know. I was 28, man. Like I say,
Mm,
so up until the 20 hours, up until I was 28, I worked all different kind of jobs. I worked the job
mm,
that you probably can only get if you was a convicted felon in the state of Mississippi. Let's
mm,
get that clear, man, because a lot of people that be hearing these radio stations, they never heard of racism, they never heard of systematic racism.
mhm,
They
mhm,
just think everything is all good. No, when you come from the state of Mississippi, you know what racism is. You
mm.
know what I'm saying? So but
Beautiful.
like I say, from like 18 to all the way up to 28, man, I would search for jobs and stuff like that, put a bunch of different application in, that I to people that I thought would give me an opportunity. But
Mm,
before I really made this move, I think I was working at a grocery store. I worked grocery store stocking shelves, man, at for like maybe like $8 an hour. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And then I was working night shift,
Mhm.
working night shift, and then the manager was like, hey man, and look, and I'm stocking them shelves, man. I was in the dairy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, every job that I do, man, I try to be the best that I can be. So even the
Mhm.
manager coming up to me, he was like, man, you should want to come to day shift. You know what I'm saying? Day shift was supposed to be so called what a good employees at, you know what I'm saying, in the grocery store or whatever. But I'm thinking in my head, I always wanted best for me, Steven. So I'm thinking in my head, he telling me this, bro. I'm thinking in my head, man.
Mhm.
I want more
Mhm.
than this. But anyway,
Mhm.
ended up working my way up on the day shift. I think you give maybe a dollar raise. So instead of $8, uh, I was making
Wow.
$9. And so so by this time though, it was around I don't know if you heard of the Deepwater Horizon. They had an oil spill. And they were looking for workers to get the oil out the beach because pebbles would come up on the beach like oil pebbles, and and
Hmm.
and they would put us in bus loads and stuff like that. So anyway, I quit the grocery store job to get this temp job. But I remember this manager telling me, "Hey man, you sure you want to do that? That's only going to be temporary." You know what I mean? But that's what I'm thinking in my head, like, bro,
Mm.
it's more to life than this because he's a manager of this whole
Yeah.
grocery
Grocery
store,
store.
right? And that's his life, you know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine, bro, you ain't getting paid no more than yourself, probably about. I'm sure you get salary, but they're probably equal to maybe about $25 an hour or something like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking about even if I had the best job at this store, I want more. My life is gonna be better than that. You know what I'm saying? I did believe, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I always have a faith in God, a faith in Christ. Also,
Mhm.
so I always but that seed always been planted in me, man. Like I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna do some great things in life. You know what I'm saying? But man, so anyway, I did the Deepwater Horizon thing or whatever. But by this time, and it was temporary, right? So, but God blessed me with this right here. Since it was temporary, I got laid off. Now I got to get unemployment though. You know what I'm saying? So unemployment, true enough, I think it was like $200, maybe like $300-400 a month or something like that.
What? Oh, man. Dang.
Oh man, but like I say, man,
Mm.
I needed that so bad because that's when I started calling to the radio station, just fed up because after I
Mm.
really quit the grocery store, so it were,
Gotcha.
and I probably could have got that job back, but I didn't want it back. So I was like, man, I got to do something, man, and like I say, calling to the radio station, he said that you need to get you a skill or get you a trade, and so I say, but while I do that. I'm fit to be studying for my GED. You know what I'm saying? And I was home. I was staying with this me and this girl. We were staying together at the time, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And man, I left all that alone. I started staying in my suburban. You know what I'm saying? Right there in Gulfport, Mississippi, because I was in Gulfport at the time. That's how I was at the beach or whatever, picking up the puddles. But when I was in Gulfport, that's when I was saying that um, uh, uh, I'm gonna get my GED. So I packed everything and left her, packed everything in my truck. And then I started studying for my GED, man, in the back of that Suburban. And then and that I think you said you used to watch Eric Thomas. So
Yeah.
man, that
Mhm.
guy, that's another mentor of mine, man. That really just helped me out so much, man. That when he kind of first started, man, making them videos on YouTube, he used to be in his backyard. You know what
Sure
I'm saying?
did.
I'm talking about just motivating, man, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, just saying, man, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. So not only with that, with his mentoring, I would still read personal development books, and that's all I had, man. I would work on myself physically. I would run up and down that beach or Gulfport. I would run like 6 miles a day up and down the beach. I was a beach bum, but all I was doing is
Mm.
listen to the Earl Nightingales, the Jim Rohns with my headphones on, running up and down that beach. Be like, man, it's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Just because it all started mentally though, just to change though. You know what I'm saying? Like and to answer your question earlier, I always wanted to
Mhm.
change, but I didn't really know how to do it. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Especially you know what I'm saying,
Wow.
when you have a felony, like that, man, you really think something like this gonna be on your record the rest of your life. But, Zig Ziglar got a book called See You at the Top. When I read that book all about stinking thinking, man, you know what I'm saying? Can't do no negative thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
I worked on my self, man, and started making it a habit to only have positive thoughts, you know what I'm saying? If it's negativity, I need to get it from around me. So, like I say, so I started working myself. So I ended up getting my GED. You know what I'm saying? So not only with that GED, I had to. So with the GED, I got the GED, and then but they had this thing called Project Rebuild at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. You know what I'm saying? Kind of got signed
Mhm,
up for that, and it was a month HVAC class. You know what I'm saying? There because they were trying to get technicians real quick, right? So I ended up applying for that. You know what I'm saying? I got my certification for HVAC. The only thing I was lacking was the refrigeration card, the universal EPA license. I was using my unemployment to get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you, man, that $400 a month, man, was
oh,
everything.
yeah, it helped.
No, man, it helped. That's what I'll eat on. So anyway, I got my GED. I got certified to get my EPA license, right? So I got my EPA license, got my certification. And a little certification really wasn't about nothing. Like I say, they were just pushing people through.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I know for sure, man. Um, but I remember, man, it was really nice where I was gonna land at. So I chose. So I wrote everything down on the list, the states that I was going to go to, because I kind of want to see what states was that I can have a good HVAC career in. So
Ah.
I put Atlanta in, I put Chicago, and I put Houston, and I put California, right? And this was around I think February and March or some when I wrote it down or whatever. But I remember, man, the night that I supposed to graduate, because even if you get your GED, they have a ceremony with all the other college graduates that you get to walk. You know, you put your little cap and gown on or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You go get your diploma. So I was like, no, they just don't know, man. I want more than this. So the night that I supposed to graduate, refused to participate in the graduation. That same night, I loaded up, well, my truck was already loaded up because I was staying in it, but I filled up the truck with gas with the little money that I had, man, and I chose Houston, man. Because
Mm.
Chicago was too cold. California, I had a 1993 Suburban. I wasn't about to make that trip across the desert. And
Mm.
yeah, and
Wow.
this far as Atlanta, Atlanta was like, I think Atlanta, because you know what I'm saying, I still have temptation still to this day. You know what I'm saying, as far as okay, I want to do better. I want what's great for me, but sometimes people still have fun. So I didn't want to go to Atlanta to get in the entertainment or
Mhm.
get associated with the wrong crowd.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I decided, man, Houston was the best place for me. That's why I say I loaded up the truck, man, and I hit the highway, man. And like I say, you can watch one of my YouTube video. I forgot how you posted it one time, but I was like, yeah, man, I'm eating the highway up. If you're a man, hey, you got to do whatever you got to do. Because I actually read a book one time, man. You know, back in the day, people was walking from Milwaukee, from Mississippi to Milwaukee, from Louisiana to Milwaukee,
Mhm.
from from Mississippi to Chicago. People actually um, for jobs. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I got it made, man. I got a Suburban. You know what I'm saying? I let my little seat, my third row seat back there. You know what I'm saying? I had a clothes line with my clothes hang up. So if
That's tight.
I had a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was good. I was like, man, I got it made, man. There ain't got no AC or nothing up in there. But I had heat, you know what I'm saying? Because I ended up staying. I don't want to get too far ahead of you.
No, wait, hold on.
But
So I'm because you said, look, let me just say something. Because for everybody out there who got an excuse, there's no excuse. Um, I'm I'm speechless. So,
I know it's Houston
um,
traffic, step in the mirror.
so I wanna just I if while you right there on that subject on that timeline, let me ask you this right here. So, what would you say was the hardest and the easiest thing uh you had to do to become who you are today? Meaning like from that moment where you saying you in the back of your suburban, sleeping, having your clothesline in your suburban. If you look back, the hardest and the easiest thing that you had to overcome to become who you are today.
Man, that's a great question.
Because
That's a great
and the only reason why I say I don't mean to interrupt you. The only reason why I say on that timeline is because we can easily say, well, from where I am today, I mean, what I'm currently doing today, I can tell you what I have issues with. But at that moment in time, that's where the jewel is, or that's where the pearl is. So that's why I was asking as far as on right at that point.
so like I say, a great question, man. And it can be really compacted, but where I come from, like I told you, man, penitentiary at 18, 19, 20. Um, what I was doing, man, was very easy, man. Cause I was at a space in my life, man, um, um, to where, man, I felt so good. So 'cause a lot of people like, man, well, you were homeless though, but I was homeless by choice. Any of my family would have took me in. You know what I'm saying? But what I was doing, Steve, it was really easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt free. I wasn't necessarily living on the land or anything, but that's kind of what it felt like because,
Hmm.
man, I was so inspired by what the future can hold, man. You know what I'm saying? Even we look 5, 10 years down the road, man. If we above ground, we're alive, we breathing today, man. Man, you know, man, we can really do anything in this world that we set our mind to. And once I figured that out, man, I just felt good. So there really wasn't no. I can't really think of no heart. There really was nothing hard through that time period that you
Mm.
asked about because I felt so free and I felt so good. Sometimes I wish that that I can get that now. You know what I'm saying? That mind state that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Because um, um, man, it just felt so free. I was just so inspired. Basically, man, it was just when man, a lot of people probably say, man, bro. I think it was 2011 that I came to Texas, man. If you even go back and look at the weather, I think that was one of the hottest. It was one of
Hmm.
the coldest winters and one of the
Hmm.
hottest summer that year. Um, but I remember. Man, I really just remember being free, man. You know what I'm saying? Being free, and I knew at the end. And keep in mind, it wasn't all pieces and cream when I put the timeline, like, when I come from
Hmm.
Mississippi to Texas, I ain't laying a job as soon as I got to Texas, like, Texas just all that, you know what I'm saying? Got plenty of jobs and stuff like
Yeah.
like that. No, it was still difficult because I still had a felony at the time. So when nobody just, okay, as soon as I get to Texas, I got the GED and I got the certifications or whatever, somebody get hired, bro, I would put almost, I would put I probably applied almost every AC company around here. It was a
In
year
Texas, I mean in Houston.
in Houston, bro. It was still a year and a half before I got a job, man. Okay,
Mm.
that was the tough part. Man, bingo. I'm glad you got me thinking on that. That was the
Hmm.
hard part, Steve, because I almost gave up. I ain't gonna lie. Um, and I'm gonna go back to a quote by Eric Thomas. Dude, okay, after a whole year, I'm like, man, come on, God. He was talking to God. I remember, man, just going in the woods, just banging on. I don't know what I was banging on, man, but I was banging on something, man, because I want the Lord to hear me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, God, man, come on, man, I'm doing all this. I ended up going to jail when I was in Texas, man. Even through that little time, that the whole year and a
Hmm.
half,
Hmm.
because the suburban I was in, like I say, I wasn't getting much money for unemployment, but the suburban I was in had expired tickets. Well, I had an expired driver license. I had
Mhm.
an expired tag, and in Mississippi, we have, stickers that you have to get registered. All that was expired. So one day I accidentally ran a red light, 'cause thinking I'm fit to make it. I barely moved it, but I'm sure the cop just pulled me over because he see what I was driving in
Mhm.
with out of state tags. But I end up, getting the ticket. Didn't go to jail at the time. He was like, "Yeah, write you the ticket, you get that taken care of, whatever." But the ticket ended up being like $2,000. I'm like, "Man, I don't have that."
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot one night, 'cause that's really where I would stay at, the Walmart parking lot. 'Cause I can kinda blend in, cause pre-COVID, they were staying open
Mhm.
24/7.
Mm.
So I would park in the Walmart parking lot, and it was this, female cop, man, in Stafford, Texas. And matter of fact, 'bout a year or 2 ago, we can get to that, but that lady got shot, man. I seen her on the news. She got shot in the head or something like that, shot in the face. But that lady, uh, uh, came up to me one night, man, about 3 o'clock in the morning. It was cold, man. It was cold, 'cause every now and then, I would crank my truck up and,
Mhm.
just to try to get some heat. But like I say, I'm on limited on funds, so couldn't just crank my truck up all night and give me heat. But every now and then, I would, crank it up, just get a little heat or whatever. I remember, man, she woke me up in a deep sleep, bro. I was gone, man. Um, and and the reason I choose, like I say, 'cause I'm not getting too detailed on my story, but the reason I
Mhm. Mhm.
chose, 'cause I signed up for ACC too, and I'm almost 3 credits. I can get my associate degree right now. I'm 3 credits away. But, anyway, this in Stafford, the Walmart is maybe like a mile away from the ACC, so that's where I would park at. 'Cause I usually would stay all day in the library and stuff like that, or go to the gym or something like that. But I was in this Walmart parking lot, man, and that lady, she came and knocked on my door or whatever, and then, I'm like I say, I'm half asleep, and, they had me get out the car, whatever, freezing cold, man, and then, and she ran my license, man, and when that cop pulled me over about 3 months prior to that, all that came up because it was unpaid tickets or whatever.
Mm.
And so she was like, cause she seen the school, the ACC, and then when you kinda search my vehicle, man, you know that I ain't out here,
Yeah.
just doing anything crazy. She seen the books, and 'cause I think we had, she, uh she stopped me once, not stopped me, but checked me out once before. But she ran my ID, and, and the warrants came back up, and she was like,
Mm.
"Why you just ain't tell me that you had these warrants?" I didn't have no idea. I ain't know Texas moved that quick. Cause even if you had little tickets in, Mississippi, they might not, put a warrant out for you a year later or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But, the
Mhm.
warrants came up, man, and once they run your ID and see you got warrants, they have no choice but to take you in. But she was kinda sad, you know what I'm saying? And she looked out on me, or whatever. But when she, and I wish I could see that lady today, man, 'cause I seen on the news, I was like, "Wow, man, that's the lady that, locked me up," or
Mhm.
whatever. But anyway, $2,000, man, I'm like, "Okay." They towed my truck, and, man, so when you're in the court system in Texas, they was like, "Oh, well, I think they'll give me like 100 some dollars a day to go towards my fine if I set it out, because I ain't had
Mhm.
$2,000 to give them." So, I think it ended up being like 14, 16 days, or something like that. So I ended up staying in jail here for 2 weeks, man. And, so to go back to the hard part though, so I ended up paying it out. I was able to get out. My, godfather that we were speaking about, earlier, he sent me some money to get my truck out the towing yard, because I didn't even have that. So, he looked out on me like that. But like I said, going back to the hard part, man, it was like, dude, okay, when I get out, because I'm like, man, I'm frustrated now, because I'm like, Lord, I'm doing everything, man. I'm doing everything that I can, man. Won't nobody give me no opportunity. So, but I remember, man, this quote by Eric Thomas. I'm gonna repeat it right now. I remember not too far from the Walmart, not too far from the ACC. If anybody listen to this in Houston, Texas, they'll know it's a Starbucks. I forgot the name of the road though, but it's a Starbucks, man. I would go there and hook up my computer, free Wi-Fi. I'm living out the land for real. You know what I'm saying? So I need to do a YouTube video.
For real.
Yeah, if you want to, if you want to do van life or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I can show you how to do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Get the gym memberships, take showers. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I blended in for real. But I remember, man, I was dude, I almost was about to go back to Mississippi, man. So it was like a Saturday. It was June. It was maybe it was in June. I started. I got my first opportunity June 12th. That's when I started working for the company that really taught me everything that I know about HVAC. Stayed with them about 6 years. But before that, man, I was about to throw in the towel, Steven. But I remember this quote by Eric Thomas. He say, "Pain is temporary. It can
Mm,
last for a moment, a minute, a week, or even a year. But if I quit, however, it'll last forever." And
mm,
I just kept repeating that, man. Pain is temporary because it was pain that I was going through. Because when you say hard, it was pain, man. Like, okay, man, when I'm gonna get my break? You know what I'm saying? When I'm gonna get my break? So I just kept on repeating that. Pain is temporary. It can last for a minute, an hour, or a day, or even a year. But if I quit, however, it'll last forever. I just kept on repeating it, kept on repeating, man. And dude, do you believe, man? Like the next day, man, two companies called me, bro.
mm.
For
After how
in
long of after how long of doing the
oh,
application?
a year and a half. That's why I say
What?
when
Dang.
I got to Houston, man, I stayed a year and a half. I stayed, like I say, March 2011. May 2011 when everybody graduated. Around May
Mhm,
2011 when I got up again and came to Houston. I didn't get a job to June 2012. So it was like a year and I'm gonna say about what 1 or 2 months or something like that. May, June. Yeah. So yeah, a year and a month.
mm.
Uh, so June 12th though is man, two companies called me out. All companies, two of them called me the same day. Um, I had a interview maybe about 2 months before that, but like I say, I got a felony and they wasn't hiring felons or anything like that. That was AJ Warren acquisition service. I remember that one. So but I had a felony or whatever, so they wouldn't give me an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But man, like I say, when I was saying that uh when I was just repeating every time was man, the next day I had two offers, man. One was like a residential ductwork service, and they was going to start me off at $18 an hour just to run ductwork.
Wow, okay.
And like I say, now before I said that and before I about to give up, like I say, a year and a half now, I'm not making none, but they about to start me at $18. I'm like bet. But now another company called me a little bit after that, Waste Service. And long story short, they offered me it was $8.25, man.
Mm,
And but this was commercial, and
mm,
I did the interview or whatever, man. And like I say, I'm a praying man. You know what I'm saying? I asked for guidance or whatever, and I made the decision that that commercial job what's gonna be best for me. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
That job right there, man, just got me well rounded. Whatever kind of building we in, you got ice machines, you got split system, you got chillers, you got package unit, whatever in that building, they expect for you to work on it. And they'll give you the training and stuff like that for you to know how to work on it, put you in night class and stuff like that. So I looked at the bigger picture, even though I wasn't going to get paid as much, you know what
mm,
I'm saying? I want the knowledge because I wanted it bad, man. You just don't know, bro. When I say I wanted it bad, I was soaking up everything that I can because I wasn't going back. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, and that's another quote every time I say
mm,
too, man. He say, man, when you taste a little bit of success, ooh, it's hard to go back. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
It's hard to go back to the hood. It's hard to go back to being broke. Kind of hard to go back to the things that you've been doing. So I um I made the decision, man, to take less money to get more knowledge though. And but The answer, like I said, that's, and I know that's not a long answer, but that was the pain, man. That was the hard part of just not, life don't reveal the back of the book, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep going, you know what I'm saying? But not knowing what the next page is gonna be. But I did have the faith that it was gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But that, I guess that
So
was the harder part, just not knowing, but knowing it's gonna happen.
okay, so now you said when you had got those phone calls, so I'm gonna put up another question.
Mhm.
So did that when they called you, did this present another problem? Because as far as the requirements of getting into the trade, meaning like experience or meaning like some type of HVAC a license, or um, did that present another challenge, or was that pretty easy? Was it more easy, was that more of the easier process as far as the requirements getting started into it? From when you had got that phone call.
Man, so if I can, trust me, when I got the phone call, it was still kind of, I kind of regret saying something that I did say, but I wanted to just make things clear. Like I say, when
Mhm.
and like I say, I was frustrated, man. I almost wanted to give up. You know what I'm saying? But the hard part was, and like I said, I wouldn't advise anybody to do this, but this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? Even when that guy called me, his name Jeff Lovejoy, he'll tell you. Now we having a phone conversation. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, you know how you put an application in, they'll call you, hey, we want you to come in interview or whatever. Bro, I didn't have that much gas, man. I was in that Starbucks parking lot. Then I didn't have much gas to be moving all around Houston, man. Houston is big, a lot of traffic.
Mhm.
I got a
Mhm. Mhm.
1993 Suburban. It sucks up gas. So I'm already telling him on the phone, like, look here, sir. You know what I'm saying? If you not I'm trying to speak professionally. Look here, I'm a convicted felony. I got some on my background. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I wouldn't advise anybody to do that.
Mhm.
I don't, I told him that, and I do not have any experience, but if you give me an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But basically, man, he was like, I don't worry, just come in and let's have the interview and we'll see what we can do. Um, man, when he said that, man, hey, like I say, I'm on E. You know what I'm saying? Dude, to get to the interview, man, uh, I'm on E. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wait. By this time, my employment had ran out because your employment only lasts
Mm.
a
Yeah,
year. So
if that.
so my employment ran out. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, man. So I did the interview or whatever, and man, he gave me that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But I told him, man, even on that phone though. But so where I was going though, Steve, I remember this, man. After the interview, bro, I didn't have enough gas to make it back to the to where I was staying around the Walmart section over there.
Mm.
So I remember going to it's a place called Arena Towers or whatever. Even after the interview, man, I had to stay in that parking lot, dude, for about a week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But you know what I'm saying? But they didn't take long. I think it took maybe a week and a half before I started or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe about a week and a half. So we did the interview. Everything went great, man. And like I say, now I'm 28 years old, because I know a lot of people that listening to this podcast right now or is going to listen to it would not. They would have took that $18 ductwork
For
job
sure.
in the
Real
eight
quick.
five. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
um but like I say, I took the so when you kind of, people will take advantage of you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad for it. I don't want to say taking advantage of you, but come on, man. It's 2012. Who you know?
Right.
Who you know? 'Cause I get comments all the time. I got an HVAC channel. You know what I'm saying? People want money. Who you know in the 2000s? I know people that's in HVAC that started in the 90s making more than $8 an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when people kinda, okay, you got a felony, you don't have any experience, let me throw this at you. You know what I'm saying? Because let me throw this at you. If you don't take it, I'm sure I got a line of people that want HVAC jobs, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's and dude, I was like I say, it wasn't hard to me, because I'm going back to you asking what's hard. It really wasn't hard for me, really far I come from, man. But dude, I was getting high blood pressure and everything, man, because I was eating
Yeah.
if I wouldn't eat ramen noodles, I was eating off the dollar menu. I would get a McDouble, a small fry, and like a at that time I was drinking sweet tea. I drink unsweet everything now, but at that time I was drinking sweet tea, uh McDouble. I don't even know if they still had a McDouble now, but
Big double.
it was
Yeah.
like it's 99 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Value fry, bro. I was eating it every day, man, and I was skinny, man. I was real skinny, bro.
Mhm.
So, like I say, high blood pressure and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
I say God will test you, man. But but once I was at that limit, man. But anyway, people can see that though. I remember even going to the I used to spend a lot of time at I think they call workforce center y'all have here. Win Job Center. It's something like a
Mm. Well, they got
workforce.
one that's called Texas Workforce,
Yeah, Texas Workforce. That's what it was. So
TWC.
they'll try to help you get hired and stuff like that. So they had this program to where you can get free suits. You know what I'm saying? But
Wow.
but think about this though. Okay, you go get a free suit now. You should have had the 1995 Michael Jordan suits now. You know them big boys.
Yeah.
They ain't tailor made. You know what I'm saying? So I get this big suit, it's probably about two sizes too big for me. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, I didn't wear the suit coat, but I had the pants and the slacks or whatever. But that's what I wear in the interview, man. People can kind of tell, I ain't have a professional haircut or anything like that. So people can kind of tell your vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he ain't, he got a felony, he ain't got no experience.
Mhm.
He'll take this $8. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm so glad I did, man, because
Mhm.
like I say, man, I hate to say he even took advantage of it, man, because that dude, man, gave me so many chances. But check this out. Dude, so even like 3 weeks into it, man, dude, I'm on cloud nine, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on cloud nine. I got a service truck now. He
Wow.
but check this out. He said since I didn't have any experience or whatever, I still had to drive my Suburban up to the job.
Okay, yeah.
I would have to drop it off, and I had to do it for like 8 months. I would have to drop it out. Everybody else get hired, shoot, they get right into a vehicle, right?
Right.
Me, I had to drive it up there, and I was still staying in my truck. I ain't have no money at the time, so even when I worked for them for like 3 months, I s I still had to, so Imma get to that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I would still drive up there in my truck and, and I hop in they technician, but I was on cloud 9, man. I was feeling so
Mhm.
happy.
Right.
Man, I'm a
Doing
HVAC
something.
I'm a HVAC
Yep.
technician now, it's on now. True enough, I'm still homely, but hey,
Mhm.
I know it's working out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Everything that I did in Mississippi, got my GED, now it's really paying off for me.
Mm.
So, and I was making more at the
That's
grocery
good.
store, remember?
You say
So
what? What'd you say?
I said I was making more at the grocery store than I was
Yeah.
making now, but I was happy.
Mhm.
So, but by this time, where I was going with this, so by this time, so he called me in the office. He say, "Hey man, we ran your license. It's suspended. Now my license suspended back in Mississippi."
Well, now why would they do that? What
I'm,
just
I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, you just don't know, man."
hold on one second. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Before I lose this
Okay.
thought, I ain't got no
Okay.
experience. I don't have no experience now. I'm just like, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another, man. I'm thinking I'm about to get fired though, Steven. But
Mm.
like say the man called me in the office, he say, no, don't worry about it. You just get it took care of as soon as possible. But time being, you're gonna have to ride with somebody every day. You can't drive the van until you get your license took up. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Right.
I'm just happy, you know what I'm saying? So, but now I'm on a burden with another technician, man. But everybody worked at wait service at the time, man, took me in. They weren't tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, even though, you know what I'm saying, it depends on where, yeah, I'm from Mississippi, but, this a white guy gave me this opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So, man, it's good white people in this world, bro, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause all the technicians, most of them was white at the time. They, they looked out on me. They ain't mind me because I'm a help too. I think, man, you talked about it one time, like, "Oh, no, you
Mhm,
need this wrench," even if I
mhm,
think if,
mhm,
because I feel I'm a burden to you anyway. Because we know as a tradesman, especially when you're in these type of skilled trades, you really got your own van. You really doing your own thing. So when you have to have somebody to ride with you when you normally ride by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning and go straight to a job site or whatever from your house. You know what I mean? But now you got to come all the way back to the shop to pick me up, and then we got to go all out to it, man. But everybody took, it was all good, man. Um, but man, when them lights were spinning, but like I said, that man gave me the opportunity or whatever, man. And like I say, even if he took advantage of me, starting at the $8, I would still get like
mhm,
$2 every, because I proved myself. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
I would prove myself. I kind of make a joke to myself sometimes too, because I don't, Stephen, I don't share my story a lot. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm,
probably didn't. This is probably the most in depth that I ever got. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're black community. I don't do therapy or nothing like that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really be expressing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
right.
things that I may have bottled up or whatever. So it's refreshing. So thank you, man, for having me on the show. I appreciate it, man, because this is some stress relief for me also. But I
Sir.
like I say, man, but they gave me the opportunity, man. Like I think I'm about to say, even if they took advantage of me, bro, I would prove I would get like a $2 raise every couple months, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up being supervisor for that company. Um, work my way up, you know what I'm saying? And they even helped me get my contractor license. They paid for the school.
Wow.
Yeah, they paid
That's
for my
that's good.
school, man. So I showed him, man. I looked at man in his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you give me an opportunity, gave him a firm handshake. I won't let you down. So
Mhm,
but I would use a joke like, yeah, I used to be first one, last one to leave because when I first started, I ain't had nowhere to go anyway. So I'm in
mhm.
there 6 o'clock in the morning.
And then nowhere to go, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
the guy that hired me, he was from up north. I think he from Boston somewhere, New England, in that area right there. So,
Mm,
man, his work ethic, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say he was a mentor to me, you know what I'm saying? Because
mm,
his work ethic was, man, that dude, he was starting his life over a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? I think
mhm,
he went through a divorce or something like that. So we were kind of like in the same shoes or whatever because he know what, you know what I'm saying, he had to come and start over himself, you know what I'm saying, and that's kinda what both of us were doing, you know what I'm saying, we was in a new city, didn't really know nobody here, and we start over, you know what I'm saying, so but, hey, Steve, he used to be there like 4:30 every morning, bro, you know what I'm saying, hey, and some
mm,
mornings, a lot of mornings, I used to be right there with him, if I don't make 4, I'm there at 5, and he the service manager doing this, so
mhm,
the technicians, I was making them look bad, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Not
mhm,
perfectly, but they work ethic was not gonna, you know what I'm
mhm,
saying? We can't compare it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause not that I was first one to leave, but sometimes it wasn't by choice, you know what I'm saying? But
mhm,
but it wasn't a choice, but you gotta think about it. I could have been like everybody else, just laying in the back of my truck or whatever till 7 o'clock in the morning when everybody else started. Nah, I used to be at 6 o'clock in the morning. See that book that you got behind you right there, Modern
uh-huh,
Refrigeration Handbook. I would and like I say,
mhm,
I would have that book. I would get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would before me and him, the only one there. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Uh 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 5 o'clock in the morning sometime. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about Way Served at the time, they had we had a little key fob or whatever. We could enter their building whenever we wanted
mhm,
to. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying? Dude, I was like, man, bet. All right, man, I get up early and go make me a cup of coffee there. You know what I'm saying? Sometime like I say, when I first got there, man, like I say, I ain't had no apartment, but I probably stole a sandwich or two
right,
out the refrigerator that, you know what I'm saying, they had leftovers or whatever somebody wasn't gonna eat, you know what I'm saying? It got that
mhm,
bad at times, you know what I mean?
mhm,
But like I say, first one, last one, man, I would have my book, that book right there, I'm
mhm,
reading. on reading. So when that technician, and luckily, what I'm saying, they had some good technicians, so they had experienced technicians. They would give me game, what I'm saying, teach me all about the trade. But whatever we worked on the day before, or we about to work on it, that day, I would get that book, man, because everything in that model refrigeration handbook, anything you want to know about HVAC is in that book right there. So, but
Mhm.
like I say, and then people start seeing that. You know what I'm saying? You got HR people coming in, you got different managers from different other branches that's in the field or whatever. You got the dispatcher. They were like, nah, he kind of different. You know
Wow,
what I'm saying? And yeah, and I was.
beautiful.
hmm But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, that's how I kind of got introduced to HVAC, really introduced myself to it, and that's really how I got started, man. Yeah.
So I want to say another thing. So I'm gonna put this. We're gonna go on this one next. But first, I want to say thank everybody for coming on Trades on Judge podcast. We got the pleasure of having Mr. Walter, owner of Washington AC and Heating, sharing his story. It's basically this story today is no excuses, guys. And if you got a burning desire and faith combined with that, there's nothing that you can't do. Um, so hey Walter, can you let them know the name of your YouTube channel also too, guys? For I'm not sure how many people we have in. Can y'all hit the like button please on the video? Hey Walter, can you let them know the name of your YouTube channel if they want to go subscribe to it, check it out?
Yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Don't cost you a thing, man. Y'all just smash that like button for Trades Don't Judge Me podcast, man. That's a great brother right here. But my channel, man, WWHVAC. WWHVAC.
All
Uh
right, guys. So
mm,
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So okay, guys. So I was on Walter's channel. I was featured on his channel. He had me on doing pretty much the same exact thing that we're doing right now. And he had a giveaway. He constantly has giveaways. He uses a software called Jobber that I'm eventually going to start using. So in the giveaway, uh, I won the digital anemometer.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Walter, for giving me the opportunity to win this. And you know what? This is a really nice
Yeah.
anemometer right here. I'm looking forward to using it, putting it in my van, putting it in my tool, put it in my tool pouch. So let me go through some of the comments just real quick here. So we say Steam with us says, hey. Richard says, what up? Just driving back from Laguna Beach, getting paid to learn with the beautiful scenery to add. I know California, man, it's been kind of getting that weather been kind of bad up there right now. Hit
Say
that like button.
driving back while learning. That's another thing that I used to do too, man. I used to call it like a university on wheels, man. All the
Mm,
knowledge you can get. You know what I'm saying? I do not listen to the radio or anything like that. Every now and then, you know what I mean? I listen to some music or whatever, but
mhm.
I used to call my little truck, man, University on Wheels, man, because I listen to podcasts and like audio books and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all take advantage of that time right there.
Hey guys, so we had another. If y'all got any questions for Walt tonight, drop them down in the comment section. Steam for us says, can't wait to hear the content. Thank you, Steam, for us for coming on tonight. Adrian, what's up, Adrian? I think Adrian, he's one of your subscribers too on your channel, Walt.
Yeah, what up, agent?
Uh, Richard says survival. I'm guessing he's talking about when you was in your van. I mean, we were sleeping in your suburban. We blues here in Cali. I got goosebumps. Real talk. Putting good stuff and getting good stuff out. Yeah, man. You know, for everybody I'm not sure who all has been on since the beginning, but um we've been into the stream about an hour now. And if y'all didn't get on at the beginning, y'all missed a lot of good content from Wall from WWHVAC YouTube channel. So last few I turned 18 yesterday. Congratulations, Jet.
Yeah, happy birthday, belated birthday.
What's up, J Rod? Damn, Ron Bold. He talking about you when you was in your suburban. So last few, Thomas B says I started out $8 as well in 2009. So I tell you this: when I first started in the trade back in like 2004, I was making $7 an hour,
Mm.
and luckily I stayed with my parents. That's the only way I was able to survive until I could start making a little bit more money. All right. So last few comments. Okay, that's me right there. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Eddie says, "What's up, Walt?"
Man, what's up with that dog, Eddie? What that dog or a
I
wolf?
know, right?
That's
Look
your
like
dog,
a chihuahua.
Eddie? I always see Eddie sometimes though. I see that dog. I want to ask him about that.
Thomas B, what's up? Eddie, good stream. Thanks, Eddie. Nice stream tonight, Phyllis. Thanks, Adrian. And Familia Sanchez. What's up, HVAC people?
What to
I
do?
think Sanchez, did you say you were going to take your test? I think on a few other streams a while back I did. I think you were going to take your test. How did you do on your test? I think he was going to take his test for his contractor's license, I believe. So how'd you do on that test, Sanchez? All right, guys. So let's go back. Let's keep on going with the. So I think where we left off was. Oh yeah, Walt. Okay, yeah. So were there anything that you wish you had known before getting started into the trade? Or you just went in and said, "Hey, it don't matter. Whatever it is, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work."
Yeah, pretty much. I hate to give you a short answer on this, but I ain't care, man. I really wasn't scared or nervous or anything. But I'm trying to think if I can rewind it back a time, what I
I know,
would have
I know
known.
some people say,
Think I
"Man, I
would.
wish." Go
Mhm.
ahead. Go ahead. I
No,
know. I
no.
was gonna say some people say, "Man, I wish I knew what the cost of the tools was gonna be," or "I wish I knew I was gonna have to be working, in the rain or in the cold or in the hot." You know, um, but yeah.
Yeah, like I say, man, what the condition that I was in and why kind of like why I share where I come from, man. I ain't care what I faced it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I didn't turn down no job. I didn't care how cold it was, what the weather looked
Yeah.
like. And that's another mind state that I had though, Steve. I already made up my mind. I still do this to this day, man. I don't care what the weather is, because that's something I can't control. You know what I'm saying? So little nuggets like that I have that I did
Hmm.
when I say change my mind state, there's little things like that, man. I ain't care, what it was. It was a tool I needed, I was gonna do whatever I had to
Make it
do to,
happen.
to work for it, to get that tool. And especially in this trade right here, it's certain tools that you do need. You need a good,
Hmm.
good quality of tools, but in HVAC, if it's a tool that you need to get the job done, if you don't got that tool, you s out of luck. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, I do whatever it take, man. I was excited. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have really no great expectation of the trade. That's one thing. I ain't really have no expectation. It is what it is.
Hmm. There it is, right there.
Mm. Yep,
Top
that's nice.
tees.
Yeah, that's a nice anemometer. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, hey, I would like to tell your subscribers too, man. I seen when you commented on Jobber page. If they want to go check my video out over there, you can just type in Jobber Shop Talk, and I'm episode number 3. So if y'all go check that out, man, I appreciate it, man. That kind of lets you know all the tools that I got on my truck and kind of like what it costs to run a HVAC service business on your own. So they type in
Barber
Jobber.
shop talk.
Yeah, Jabba Shop Talk, episode number 3. You'll see mine come up. I think they got it titled "Custom HVAC Van" or something like that. But if, of course, don't leave the screen now. But when y'all have time this week or something like that, y'all go check that out.
Okay. Let's see. Would you recommend this type of work to someone else?
Oh yeah, man, I'm team trade all day. I'm trade all day, man, for sure. Would I recommend this type of work to anybody else? Yeah.
Do you think anybody can do this type of work?
Um, nah, everybody can't do it, man. Some people are lazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I take that back. You can have lazy. I see a lot of lazy people in the trades, you know what I'm saying, in HVAC, but if you wanna make the best out of it, you know what I'm saying, it ain't really for lazy people, but you know what I'm saying, the demand is so in that we need technicians out here. A company will hire lazy people and they'll have a long, prosperous career also, unfortunately. But yeah, just far as recommended, man, I'm trying to think the type of people, you know, because there's so many different sectors too. If you're not a people person, you probably do better with like a commercial, industrial. If you're a people person, uh,
Mhm,
you know you can do good in all three of them, residential. But because in residential, you got to talk to the customer. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Sometimes you can get lost in the commercial and industrial. By the time you be on a roof and stuff like that by yourself. But it do take people skills, man, in all of it because a lot of companies have meetings and stuff like that. They want to know your suggestion and ideas.
mhm,
I always tell people, you need to be able to write, what I'm saying, explain yourself, what you found today. 'Cause you can be a good technician, but you still got to, at the end of the day, when you troubleshooting a unit or something like that, you're not gonna have the homeowner with you or the facility manager with you the whole time. So you got to be able to explain, what you found in writing. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Because a lot, especially in commercial though, because a lot of times, they don't get the bill till like 30 days later or something like that. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And then if you didn't explain what you found 30 days, you might not even remember, you know what I'm saying? Let
For real.
alone what you told the facility manager what you found. All they see if is a one liner on there is chain fuse. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they see chain fuse, but the bill $2,000.
$500. Yeah,
Yeah, no, $2,000 or something like that, and all
yeah.
you change was the fuse. Yeah, but you don't understand what we had to do to get the fuse, you know what I'm saying? We had to troubleshoot it, we had to, take the motor out to get to the fuse. You wanna better explain all that good stuff, you know what I mean?
Mhm,
Uh, but, yeah, if anybody with, with people skills, you'll do good in the trade. Um, and it do take, at least basic math, but sometimes we can get it I don't wanna say chemistry, but sometimes you do lose physics and stuff like that. A lot of physics is
mhm.
really in HVAC, but if you're good with math and stuff like that, the trades, you can do well in the trades, but I'll recommend this to anyone, man, male and female, be honest with you.
So Walt, where we left off, you were saying, so take us through your process of you were actually learning more in the trade, working for that one company. They gave you a service van. At what point did you start to have thoughts of having your own business? Did you yeah. At what point did you start having thoughts of having your own business, you know?
So that was always in the back of my mind, because you gotta think about, like I told you, my granddaddy,
Mm,
he always was an entrepreneur, so it runs in my bloodline, my family. He owned clubs. He was the first black man in Vicksburg with a gas station. That was way before I was born or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He had his own like mechanic thing going on. And keep in mind he did all this with one arm. Uh, but even my godfather, you know what I'm saying, his daddy uh that I used to work for, I think he died in like 99. Well, I used to work with, it was called Smith Plumbing. So they all then when he passed away, he took over the business. So I always seen it, you know what I mean? But it was never a reality to me when I first started working. Even really when I hopped in the van, bro, I just wanted an HVAC job. I just wanted to be a technician, man. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because but you know what I'm saying, bro. Remember I say, you don't know, life don't reveal the back of the book. You just got to keep on going. You got to go from page to page. You know what I'm saying? You
mm.
got to live day to
That's
day.
real. That's real.
But if you do, man, that's what I learned, man. If you just do what's right all the time, even when I troubleshoot, if I just stick to the fundamentals and do right, I don't have to worry about wrong. But if you do right, if you just keep on doing right, keep on doing right, keep on doing right, only really only good things can happen. You know what I'm saying? So by me working that way 4 years, some told me, man, just call 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 well actually I was paying into something called Legal Shield. And now that I remember, so every week, Way would take out. That's the company I work for. They would take out money out of my check for this thing called Legal Shield. One number about
Mm,
$5 or $10 a week to join Legal Shield, and I, I I think I was paying on this for like a year or so. But but Legal Shield, they would any type of thing you can imagine, they got a lawyer for that. You know what I'm saying? If anything in a
mhm,
judicial system or something like that, it can be, man, uh, just say now that I'm a little older, you know what I'm saying, got houses and stuff like that. Even if it's like a HOA problem or something like that, they got a lawyer for that. So anyway, so sometimes, man, he was like thought just pop up and he was like find you a lawyer and see if you know you can get your record expunged or whatever.
mm.
So I called Legal Shield, and then they got expungement lawyers back in Mississippi. They found me one. Her name was Joy Jackson.
Wow.
Man, I called that lady, man, and she say she was looking through my lane. She was like, I had two felonies. She was like, unfortunately, since you got two, it's not expungible. I'm like, oh man. Well, you know what I'm saying? I called, thanks for trying. But bro, she was just about to hang up the phone. She said, hold up, hold up, hold up. She started reading something, man. She was like, actually, your felony is expungible. You know what I'm saying? They just passed the law like 4 months prior. You know what I'm saying? That my particular situation was expungible.
Mm,
And man, I paid the lady, man, you know, a couple $1,000 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you keep on doing the right thing. I was saving money at the time. Man, that lady could have charged me $100,000. I didn't care. I just needed that monkey out of my back, man. So
mm.
anyway, long story short, she did what she had to do, man. I got a clean record, clean background, man. And that was like so that was like a breath of fresh air to me, man. Just like a whole new life, man. Just like a whole new burden up. You know what I'm saying? Like the world, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm,
just had so many options. So
mhm, mhm.
so once I got that expunged, I was like, damn, now I can actually go apply for a contractor license. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So you can do that before with the
No,
felony?
no, no. So,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Mm,
So that's why I say I was just taking it. That's why I say, man, once you got a felony, because some people looking at the prisoners or the ex felons like, man, you know, you can do better, man. Nah, bro, it's certain doors that's
mm,
gonna open up to you. True enough, I can be a HVAC technician, and you know, and you probably do a little side hustle or whatever. But once you actually got your contractor license, it opens so many other doors, like warranty companies and different little things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't have those contractor license, you can't even get with the SAM.gov. You can't get with the
mhm,
government and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
mm.
But once I got that, man, it just put me on a whole different path. And like I say, me being so loyal with that company, or whatever. Uh, uh, I shared the idea with the manager, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And man, they paid for all the books, you know what I'm saying? And they helped me get my contract license. I failed my contract
Wow,
license
that's
the
rare.
first. I
Mm,
failed my contract. Yeah, it's rare. But like I say, man, I was just a stand-up individual, man, and everything they pretty much ever asked me to do, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I did it with a good attitude. You know what I mean? I never complained. Like I say, it was never no bad day for me. Even if it was, I wouldn't show it. You know what I'm saying? I still
mm.
keep a smile on my face because I was really happy, man. You know what I'm saying? This work. Yeah, man, and that's something too, Steven. You had a guest on your show. I don't know, I forgot the guy name, but he said something, man, that kinda hit me. He say, you know, his trade is his hobby or whatever. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
what?
I think he said like his job is his hobby. And I'm thinking, man, damn, I thought I was the only one thought like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, 'cause sometimes, people ask me, what's your hobbies? What the things you like to do? Nah, I like to work, man. I like to do the HVAC thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like even my wife, sometimes you want to go, vacation here to there. Bro, I'd rather be out here working, man, doing HVAC, man. So that is kind
mm,
of like when he said that, I was like, damn, no, that is my hobby. I like to work.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? I like so whatever they, what I'm saying, because it used to be a bunch of technicians like to complain about this and that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I do it, you know what I'm saying? Even if I don't know how, I figured out some type of way, you know what I'm saying? I kind of kept that attitude. And whenever, you know what I'm saying, because I believe this was one of my saying, man, really believe that we put in this world for one reason and one reason only, and that's to
mm.
serve others. And I like to serve no matter in my capacity, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no doctor, I'm not no lawyer, anything
Yeah.
like that, but I am a HVAC contractor, and if I can serve my industry, man, I'm happy to do it. But that really, man. But my dreams wasn't that big. So even now, Steven, like,
Mm,
I probably need to dream a little bigger, man. But now, when I packed up that van, and bro, I never thought I'd be right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Never really thought I own my own company. That really wasn't in the plan. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, if you just do continue to be consistent and do the right thing day in and day out, you don't know what God got for you. You know what I'm saying? He'll open
mm,
so many doors because the universe, man, just gonna align certain stars up for you, man. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep doing the right thing every day. That's how that's just my experience, you know what I'm saying? And I know this really can work for anybody. You
mhm,
keep on doing the right thing, man. The universe is gonna open doors for you. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what happened to me. They were like, okay, yeah, you stay consistent, man. We finna do this for you. Bro, when I was in that van, man, I honestly thought that I was gonna have something on my record for the rest of my life. You got to think
mm,
about 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old for a mistake that I made at 16 years old that I really
wow.
didn't do anything. And there's people out there like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm,
yeah, that's why I really don't mind sharing my story because that's another thing too, man. It's gonna always be with me though. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like, you know what I'm saying, even though cause some people, oh, you could have did all that when you know what I'm saying, use a felony. Nah, but I will say this though, man, that monkey is not on my back, but it's been on my back. You know what I'm saying? When something on your back, you still kind of feel it. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Because everything that I went through, I can't wash it away. I can't never forget. You feel me? So this just me now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really coming with the realization that man, I've been through it, so that's it's gonna always kind of be with me. I like to really not talk about it and really kind of forget about it like that never happened to me.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because especially since I don't have it on there now, don't know how to really need to know. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? They say like future opportunities or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't stand in my way, but it's me. You know what I'm saying? I know them long nights, you know what I'm saying, sleeping on cold racks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Man, so but it's all good, man.
You know
Mhm,
you know, um, man, you said something I was just thinking about it, and it just slipped my mind. Well, anyway, you know, God, you were just saying, hold on, I'm trying to think back where um, you were saying something about starting your own business. Uh, oh, okay, yeah. So, so you made this. So you said this as far as maybe dreaming a little bit bigger. So, there's another guy that I watch. I wanted to see what you thought about this. There's another guy that I watch. Caucasian guy. He has his own company and he has a YouTube channel.
mhm,
And someone had asked him. He was doing just like a questionnaire, and he said the guy asked him, "Why don't you have any more employees? Don't you want to grow your company?" And
yep,
then he was like, "Well, look, I've had employees,"
mm,
and he said this year, he said by myself, I
mm,
did $500,000,
mm,
And he said for me to do $500,000 with employees, I had to do well over $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, so he said he'd rather just stay a one man shop like he is
Yeah.
versus trying to get super big. You know,
So
so I wanted to see what you thought about that because you
no,
said as far as like dreaming
no, no,
bigger.
exactly. So you hit that. You have my train of thought right there. You hit it the nail on the head. You know exactly what I was thinking. Like I say, so it's almost like I'm gonna explain it like this. If you got like a car, let's say you have, 'cause I usually have a Challenger, right? And so just imagine that Challenger. You know what I'm saying? You get a Challenger, that's my dream car. Man, that's all I wanted. I'm good. But when your friends and stuff come around or your associate come around, man, and I had uh, a scat bag.
Mm,
But your friends come around. Oh man, you ain't got no rims on it. Man, that thing look good with some rims on it. So then you throw the rims on or whatever. Cause really, you know what I'm saying, you just happy with the car like it is.
yeah.
And so bam, when you throw the rims on it, so now they're like, oh man, you ain't got the
Yeah.
SRT8. You ain't got that
Hmm.
big boy, you ain't got that big
Right.
boy engine in there. Oh man, so now you gotta go get the SRT8. Now you gotta get the big boy, you know what I'm saying, make it growl. So bam, so as you get that, now they
Mm,
like, man, you ain't got the what the other challenger called. Now you ain't got the Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to try to, you know what I'm saying, please everybody else, man. I'm happy where I am, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, because I really wouldn't imagine myself here. But like you say, or what with the other guy example, if I got to get let's say if I got 2 or 3 employees, you know what I'm saying, man, if I can only make like $100,000 with 2 or 3 employees, or let's say if I make 100,000 on my own, I'd rather make that 100,000 on my own though than have 3 employees with that headache and I only make a 150. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so many opportunities in HVAC. I don't want to let me see how I can say that. I don't ever want to cut myself short either. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because like I say, if I continue to do the right thing, I have faith and I know, you know what I'm saying, God got me, you know what I'm saying? And but I don't want to do it, prematurely or anything like that just to try to please other
Hmm.
people, you know what I'm saying? Because um you should, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I got an HVAC channel too, you know what I'm saying? It's it's a lot of people that probably want, you know what I'm saying, more for you than really what you want for yourself. But
Right.
you gotta be happy, you know what I'm saying, with yourself. That makes sense.
Oh, it make perfect sense. I'm glad you used that analogy, because for me, sometimes I like to paint a picture also too for people I'm talking to. So when you paint the picture, we're talking about the car, you just constantly uh constantly moving the bar, and you're never really satisfied with what you got. No, I completely agree. And that's kind of one of the reasons I kind of been kind of saying the same thing too, because like I have the time, I have young children, so I have the time, I don't have to be somewhere or be managing other guys or be following up behind guys that I have hired because they didn't do a job properly and now I gotta go. So
Yeah.
but no, I think it's kind of like what you're saying, but it definitely has to grow in degrees. I don't want to just get it all at one time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, and I think you touched on this point before. What helped you succeed the most in attaining your goals? I know you talked about a lot of different things. You talked about Eric Thomas. You talked about the books you read. You talked about uh, when you were sitting, uh, uh, when you were in prison and you were thinking that when you were reading the books, then you were kind of thinking, trying to think differently. So, what would you say helped you succeed the most in obtaining your goals?
Um,
Or was it just accumulation of all those things put together?
it was a it was accumulation of everything put together. But what just popped in my head, man, technology, really, man.
Oh,
Wow. Technology, man, just far as being able to get access. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like when YouTube came out, and you was actually, man, 'cause we can Google anything now, you know what I'm saying? Because this information age, man, everybody, you know what I'm saying? And true enough, Google, YouTube is really what you put your time into. But when you hungry, you know what I'm saying, you can get this knowledge, man, all this knowledge right at our fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Because when you brought up in certain environments and stuff like that, like and even like in my household, you know what I'm saying? Um, stuff wasn't taught to me, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like you should, you know what I'm saying? Um you should do this, you should do that. True enough, they're gonna teach you right or wrong, but they don't even have the answers. You know what I'm saying? They they only doing what they know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, cause you know what I'm saying. I grew up in an old school family. You feel me? So, um, but when I got access to millionaires and stuff like that, man, like I told you, man, especially like okay, we always had access to books. True enough, but man, YouTube, man, was a game changer, man. When I first heard "The Strangest Secret in the World" by Earl Nightingale, bro, that really, man, that's another thing. But it's Steve, it's accumulation of a lot though, because like, when I say information, I used to overdose myself on personal and self development, man. You know what I'm saying? And this may not work for everybody, but I'm telling y'all, this worked for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this right here. Especially, you know what I'm saying? Even the things that you see, the things that you hear, the environment you in, and when I told you earlier, like stinking thinking, man, I thought, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was cool. Like, I, certain things I probably knew was wrong, but the environment that I grew up in, it was cool to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, we're gonna get messed up over the weekend and try to get with many girls as possible. You know what I'm saying? And that would be an everyday thing. Man, how many you get today? We're going to club. Man, I got more numbers. You know what I'm saying? Let's stuff like that especially in the black male community, you know what I'm saying? That's what we judge, that's what we measure our, you know what I'm saying, whatever on. You know what I'm saying? We like,
Right.
okay, no, you know what I'm saying? But we thought I thought that was right, man. It's not even for a male, man, it's not right to be having sex with a bunch of different women. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like fighting and stuff like that, man. Just things that that's kind of cool to my inner circle. People on the outside looking in, like, nah, you know what I'm saying, or people that's maybe went to private schools or raised up in a different area. You know what I'm saying, man, bruh. So what I'm saying is like I almost had to, when I say I overdosed myself on personal development, you know what I'm saying? That's all I did, man, because when you got so much trash built up, you have to, I had to like, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
change my habits. I had to put so much in because if you got 28 years of negativity built up in you, or just taking in the wrong information, no matter where you get it from, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people say, rap music, you know what I'm saying? Even as I'm getting older, I still listen to rap, but honest with you, I can't tell you the hit songs today because I don't listen to the new rap artists. And
Mhm.
the thing, 'cause the thing about that, um, um, the artists that I listen to was street music, you know what I'm saying? Hood music, people from Memphis,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And living that street life, you know what I'm saying? And I thought it was cool because they were saying some things, they say things
Yeah.
that we actually doing,
Doing.
you know what I'm saying? We actually living this life, you know what I'm saying? Whether that I've been shot at, you know what I'm saying? So not let me take that back. I haven't been shot at, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When I say shot, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing the shooting, you know what I'm saying? But environments like that, but like I say, so even me going to the penitentiary, man, dude, the week that I got locked up, you know what I'm saying, my clique that I used to hang with, you know what I'm saying, that same week, I'm going out to the penitentiary, man, bro, about 4 of my homeboys got shot, you know what I'm saying, and I used to be on the street back then, and I done knocked a couple dudes out. I got this reputation behind me now. He can hit, you know what I'm saying, one hit a quitter. But they got it was we used to hang at the store on Mission 66, you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna name no names of the
Yeah,
clique
yeah.
I was hanging with, but no, it was a shootout and guys from California came, to helping their cousin out we were beefing with. I just knocked their cousin out, about a week before that, you know what I'm saying? And, man, they shot the whole store up. 2 of my homeboys got hit, but I know if I was there, 'cause I used to be the one that, "Okay, nah, this ain't my fight," but at the end of the day, nah, it's going down. But I know, man, God pulled me out there for a reason, man, because I know I probably would have got shot that night or probably killed somebody that night. You know what I'm saying? But when you living in that time, man, you know what I'm saying, you want to curse the world, like, man, how I end up here. You know what I'm saying? But God had
Mhm.
God had something better for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was going through that at that time, you know what I'm saying, now I look back and be like, man, I'm glad I had to go through that, you know what I'm saying? Because I probably wouldn't be here today. But like I say, but that's how I had to going through stuff like that, trials and tribulations and stuff like that, man. I had to I had to actually remove myself because a lot of people, man, um, they, what I'm saying, like friends. I had to cut out friends. I had to cut out family members. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand,
Mm.
some people, man, um, they say if I wanted to be an engineer, they say if I want to be a technician, they only know what you look like now or what you done. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
a lot of times it's best to remove yourself from that because they still thinking a certain way or they still looking at you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But when I would read books like personal development books, those books and the audios and stuff like that, man, they used to inspire me like, oh, you can be something else. You can literally do it. I can literally, and I know how to do it again. You know what I'm saying? I can lose everything today, bro. You know what I'm saying? And since I've done it before, I can do it again. And that's what they say about like lottery people, man. A lot of people that win the lottery, less
Mhm.
than a couple of years, they end up right back broke because they don't know how to
Yeah.
do it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They didn't do that grunt work to actually
Mhm.
learn how to make that kind of money. So
Mm.
everything that I went through right now, I can lose everything today, and I know how to get it back. You know what I'm saying? In a certain amount of time, but I know it do take steps. You know what I'm saying? So if I lose everything, okay, let me do it. Do exactly what I did, but I'm gonna do it better this time. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Mhm.
it's working for an employee to work myself back up to get my own company, I know how to do it again. You feel me? So, but let's
How
start.
much
Mhm.
how much does that you see that statement down below? How much does that impede people, you think? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it
Yeah,
or you want
yeah.
me to read it?
We often live in fear of what people think.
Because I thought about that when you were talking about, when you were, back in your hometown and, just running with the crowd, you
Yeah.
know? And, when you talk about when you try and talk about, being an engineer or this or that, some people may say this or some people may not be in agreement, "What you trying to be better than this or this and that?"
Um, I think, Sandra, I think that's life. I think all of us gonna go through that. You know what I'm saying? We want to be accepted by our peers and stuff like that. And there's really nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody like the guy that turned 18, he's a little older now. You're really a man now. Like I say, happy belated birthday. I forgot your name, but around that age,
Yeah.
right around that age there, man, you need to associate because you are, you know what I'm saying, what you eat, you are what you hang around, you know. So so no matter what kind of clique you in, like I was saying, I think I said one time, like I almost got when I wanted to be like Tupac, listen to that music, you know what I'm saying? I got pretty much Tupac results, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, yeah, and he dead and gone now, unfortunately. But I almost, like I say, I almost with that same person, you know what I'm saying? But if there was other kind of music, maybe that I would listen to, you know what I mean? Even dude, I know a lot of like, let me try to explain like this. I hate to go back to rap, man, but you know what I'm saying? A rap is very influenced to our community, and it is what it is. But I remember back, I didn't like Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of my friends. Well, I ain't gonna say friends or well, they friends. I would say associates, but I would call them almost geeks or something like that back in the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I
I know
should have
exactly
been.
what you're talking about.
I should have been. Now Jay Z was speaking on big money, big things, but I always wanted to. I like the hood stuff. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like going in the club, busting somebody's head or taking that girl or something like that. A little bounce music or whatever. You feel me? Um, so I would say, man, it's very, very important what you listen to. It's very important who you hang around. There's nothing wrong with but as far as let me say what people think, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that's one thing, man. People gonna people gonna think of you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to explain like this. So, like first expressions, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if I see somebody for the first time, you feel me? You gonna
Mm.
judge them. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna look at them top to bottom and judge. I think I read something one time. The first thing somebody gonna look at you is your feet or your shoes. You know what I'm saying? What kind of condition your shoes in? They're gonna work their way up. You feel me? Um, 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 so you you almost this life. You know what I'm saying? You're not in this life alone, so you have to care about what people think. But you
Mm.
gotta have the moral, the dignity, and the integrity also to just stick to your guns or you know what I'm saying? Don't do foolish stuff. See, I'm glad I think I brought up technology not too long ago, man. I bet it's hard, bro, for
Mm.
I'm talking about for these teenagers and these kids now, man, just far as
Mm.
the social media because even when I was growing up, I only seen my circle. I only seen my city. You feel me? Uh
Mm.
only time we seen things that's on the outside of my city or my state was in movies or um uh Rap City,
Mm.
BET, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or what we're seeing on TV. You feel me? But I can imagine uh I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to grow up
Yeah.
in in this technology age as far as the TikToks and the Instagram and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because now instead of being in fear of just your or your peers or your inner circle, man, now you got because technology made the world a little smaller now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
So now you know what I'm saying, you gotta please and you gotta please the whole world, just instead of, your friends. But um did I answer that? You say we
No,
all live in fear. Yeah,
no. Hey, no, that was perfect. Hey guys, look, we are roughly an hour, almost 45 minutes into the stream. I don't want to take up too much of his time, but so if anybody want to come on the live stream, I dropped the link down. If y'all got any questions for Walt, um, or if y'all just want to come say hey, I'm gonna drop it again down in the comment section. Click the StreamYard link, and I will buzz you in. So another, I want to be respectful of your time, but another you brought up something else, and I so um so being comfortable with your own thoughts. What you were just talking about, it kind of made me think about something else because I can tell you like right now, when I was uh I can tell you when I was in the trade. I mean, when I first got started in the trade, um, a lot of my friends they already had good paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? And when I say good paying jobs, I mean like I started it. Like I said, when I first started it, it was at like $7 an hour, like 750, something like that.
Mhm.
Now, all my other friends, they already had jobs that was paying like $15 or $20 an hour. So I'm thinking like, so now I'm thinking like, man, so when we going out, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like, not too impressive to certain people, not too impressive, because they got Toyota 4Runners and I'm just driving a little beater four door, you know what I'm saying? So, but um, but I was never one really the one just to follow the crowd like that. Like, I mean, I hang or whatever, but if it just wasn't really like something I was into, I do it just for a short little bit, but then I had to kind of just move around. But so I wanted to say, how much does that play being comfortable with your own thoughts? Because there will be people at certain times of your life, and even right now, being a business owner, people will try to come and discourage you, or people will try to come and say things, that they're trying to give you advice, or if you do this or if you do that. I have people all the time suggest things, and even trying to say they're trying to limit my success because I'm just one person. I'm one with my company. I see this, just
Give me an example. Go ahead.
no. So like, they'll just be like, so let me just, they'll try and downplay like my business, or they're trying to downplay your business because it's not as successful as like a person that has like 10, 15, 50, 50, 50, 50 people, or they're trying to be like, um, well, you don't have an office, you don't have employees, so why are you charging X amount of dollars? You know, so that's just I didn't want to go too long on the point, but I just wanted to see what you thought of as far as like being comfortable with your own thoughts, because people will try and you know um customers, family members. I mean, and it'll just come from every which way, and it's a balancing act. It's a skill that you have to be able to rub that stuff off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The short answer is, and an easy way for me to answer this, man. I used to write. Well, I still do. I write goals down.
Mm,
And if anything outside of those goals, that anybody talking about, man, I really don't care. Uh,
mm.
'Especially now,
That's
man.
personal. That's
I
personal.
mean, I'm a grown man. You know what I mean.
Mm,
I've seen a lot in life, man, and you know, as far as man, just shout out to my wife, man. Man, I love my wife, man. She's an inspiration to me as well. You know what I'm saying? We're a team, you know what I'm saying? So if anything don't align what we got going on, anything else on the outside, man, I could really care less about. You know what I mean? And like I say, that's a loaded question, especially when if you bring customers in. You know what I
mhm,
mean? But as far as family and friends and stuff, though, man, I know deep down in my heart, I wish the best for them. You know what I'm saying? And
mm.
hopefully, they wish the best for me as well. So,
Yep.
like I say, I think I said, we in this world for one reason, reason only, that's to serve others. So and really anything on the outside of that, man, I really don't think too much into it, because I think we all know right from wrong. So, but even if somebody willing to share those thoughts or whatever, what I'm saying, or what they think I should be, I listen to it. Might not entertain it, but I listen to it. You know what I'm saying, and take it
Mhm.
in consideration, because it could be saying something that uh man, hey, look,
Yeah.
somebody wrote a comment, man, a couple years ago on YouTube, man, and I was there like, damn. I'm talking about they hit me with one, bro. And
Mm,
this, I don't know if the guy listen or not, man, but he was like, man, you're not living up to your potential. And bro, and this when I started my own company and everything, man, I was like, damn, that's a low blow. You know what I mean?
mm,
Sometimes man, I get 99, and that was, to me, it was a positive comment, but it's almost reflecting on kind of like what me and you were saying. Some people may think you should be up there with Elon Musk or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or you got the potential,
mhm.
but there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably do want what's best for us, you know what I'm saying? So I think to answer your question and try to put it this way, anything that, like I say, uh, write my goals down. Anything that's higher than what I wrote down, or higher expectation, I'd rather entertain those thoughts than something lower, than somebody trying to pull me down or pull me, um, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word, pull me back in the barrel or something, or try to lead me in the wrong direction, or try to scam me or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if it's something positive, man, uh, I think that's good. You know what I mean? Like say you ain't necessarily got to entertain it or nothing like that. But if something about it want, you know, uh, wants, I ain't gonna say what's best for you, but want more for you. I think that's a good thing, though. You know what I'm saying? That those are probably good friends and good associates if they want better for you or if they see better for you.
Okay, guys, look,
Mhm.
we've been into this chat for an hour and 50 minutes, right? We're gonna try to keep it right at about 2 hours, so we got roughly about 10 minutes left. So, um, thank everybody for coming on to Trades on Judge Your podcast tonight. Please hit that comment button. Say what's up to Walt. Say what's up to me. Hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. It really helps the channel grow. So please hit that like button before you go. Um, for everybody that's been watching since the beginning or from wherever you at, thank you for coming on to the Trades on Judge Your podcast tonight. So I got maybe like one or two questions left for uh, Mr. Walt here. Let's see. Any accomplishment you are proud of recently that no one else knows about that you would like to share?
That's another good question. I had to think about that. Let me see. In the country, recent pride. No, not really, man. I can't really think of one right now, Steve.
Okay. All right. So I think the last one I had, let me see here. I'm gonna go through a few of the comments because we're gonna end it right at about uh 9 minutes. 9 minutes left. So go back up. So I think this is when you talk about having good people skills. This guy said, I was told a story about electrician wrote drop dead on the customer's receipt and they complained to the office. People skills are a must. That's what Thomas B wrote.
Hmm.
He meant the service drops wasn't energized. Eddie says both of you have good channels. Thanks, Eddie.
Hey, go back to that. That's kind of
Which
funny.
one? That one?
That one, and then he meant something else though. I was told he meant service drop wasn't energized. Was he talking about his last comment?
I'm assuming
I think the guy didn't mean to put drop dead on there. Oh yeah, because it wasn't energized, so it was dead, like a dead circuit.
yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so it says Adrian, I've been messing with the warranty companies. Man, that hit home. This is my hobby. Street Smarts. What's up, Street Smarts? Shout out to y'all. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Bless up.
I don't know about that. I love what I do, but I do work too.
Eddie says HVAC guy.
HVAC guy.
Street Smart says hard work beats talent if talent don't work hard.
Yeah.
Like the Street Smarts. Every day plan your work and work your plan.
Trust the process.
New shoes in the trades is the must. Oh yeah, I constantly have to have new shoes.
Yeah.
Walking all day, feet be hurting. Teamwork make the dream work. It says last few. If you're not making mistakes, you're not trying hard enough. Keep pushing. Absolutely. So for Guyden has one question. It says how to get in HVAC as an apprentice.
So a lot of people either going through schools or I always tell people, man, I almost do put an application in with almost every company in your town. You get like a little radius, how far you willing to travel, and map it out. You know what I'm saying? They got Google Maps now. So Google, you should have a list of every resident, and you can line it up like this. Put a list of every HVAC company, and forgotten where you from, if you'll put that in the comment. So just every HVAC company that's in your city, residential, you're gonna start with that. Residential HVAC company. You should know every company that's in your area. Might even help you out in the future too. Every commercial company, write them down. Every industrial company, write them down. And it really shouldn't matter. Well, I guess
He said he's in Fort Lauderdale.
so I know tons of HVAC companies in your area right there. So just say Florida. You want to, you know what I'm saying, know every company that's in your area, right? And I guess we can get into if you rather be residential, commercial. I prefer commercial starting off. You know what I'm saying? Because commercial to me will get you more rail rounded. But if you know, if you have you by any means necessary, how you want to get your feet in the door, get your feet in the door though. But get a list of all them companies, man. Email them, apply for all of them. I don't care if they not hiring. You know what I'm saying? Find out how you can get an application, apply for all of them, be heads up with them. Remember, I told you when they got called me, hey, look, you got something on your background or whatever. Hopefully you don't. But even with that same thing, you don't have no experience, just let them know up front. If you really want to get in this trade, if you really want to learn this trade, get in the trade. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have your demeanor to where even if you don't hire me, man, it's gonna be your loss. And you gotta kinda you gotta kinda sell that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You don't wanna you don't wanna speak it, but you have to sell that. You know what I'm saying? Because people can tell when you hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was when the guy was interviewing me, he can tell I really wanted this.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? I really wanted this. So you got to kind of hide that demeanor right there. Like, okay, so once you get that interview, you got to nail it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I used to read books on interviewing. I used to spend so many hours in Barnes and Noble and Books of Million and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but they have books on this. You know what I'm saying? How to conduct yourself, what you should wear. Don't wear too much cologne. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to wear a tie or something like that? You know what I'm saying? But fill out the application for all of them. In the meantime, between time, every company gonna have what requirements and kind of what stuff that they need besides experience. You know what I mean? Like so whatever in that job description is, you want to try to find that kind of stuff. So so they say, okay, do you need your tools? Some companies want you to have your tools and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So at least go out there and buy your tools. I already explained to you what I mentioned that book that Steven got on his shelf, Modern Refrigeration Handbook. As soon as I said that, if you really wanted this, order that book. You know what I'm saying? Steven, where you get your book from?
I got it from when I went to the Lindsay Cooper HVAC heating in school.
Oh, okay. So,
Yep.
but you can order it. I think Amazon have it. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can order the book. You feel me? Trying to get yourself aware of what, or like I say, you can just take they got plenty of classes and stuff like that you can take. So you can go to your community college and get you an HVAC course and sign up for it. And hold on for one second.
Yeah. Guys, look, I want to thank everybody for staying on tonight for this long. Ashton, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on to the live stream tonight. Thank you for your comment. It really inspires both of us to keep making content. And in the future, we're going to have more people. So continue to support the channel. If you hadn't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit the like button. Go ahead, Walt.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Are you good? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I say, man. So you need to go to school route. If you're in Florida, y'all probably had them bandit signs for people saying that HVAC class for 10 weeks or something like that. Whatever to get your foot in the door, but beware of those. But if they can promise you a job or something like that, I mean, why not, man? It's a great career. You know what I'm saying? If it was easy, everybody do it. So that's kind of why they make it. I guess they kind of make it hard for some people to get into the trades or whatever. But once you in there, man, you in there. So you say you have an EPA universal license already, and my school gave me a box of tools. I mean, so
You ready to go?
yeah, I mean, you ready to go. So you can just skip out. If you already in school, got EPA license, you just fill out an application.
All right, guys. Look, so we are right at 2 hours, man. I'm gonna be respectful of Walt's time.
Yeah, man. The wife was just bringing me some steak and potatoes, man. She's knocking at the door, man.
Well, look, guys, we're gonna wrap this call, this chat up here, this live stream up. Walter, man, you having such a positive effect uh throughout the universe, man. Like I said, you helped me out tremendously when I was just starting because I did not know what I was doing, even though I had went to a HVAC school, for a short while. But as I was going to do HVAC call, I'll be watching Walt's videos on his YouTube channel. His channel is WWHVAC. So I'll be actually watching the videos before I got to the job to know where to start and know what to do. So no matter where you are in your life, uh, Walter, he was saying that how he used YouTube as a learning platform, and I just said the same thing. I was watching his videos, even being a almost 20 years of electrician, So I want to thank Walter for coming on tonight. Uh, keep shining, man, doing great things. Is there anything else you want to say tonight before we end the call?
Nah, man, I appreciate you, Steven, man. Thanks for having me on the show. And man, I guess if I can just leave anything with anybody, man, you are what you think about. You know what I'm saying? All day long. So uh, be careful, be mindful of what we think about. You know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit, man. Let's go out here and get it. Let's grind. Serve the people.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it on that note. Thank y'all for coming back to Trades on Judge Podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
Salute.